What's happening, beautiful people? So, if you've been around me lately or physically by me in the past couple weeks, you probably have noticed that I've been rocking a man bun. I don't know if you could see it, but there she is. And in today's video, I want to talk about why I started rocking a man bun. And the reason's not because I wanted to be like a cool, super hip Asian guy. It's kind of a deeper reason than that. Just to give some context now about, I guess, give some context. Growing up, I was overweight. Some of you know this already, and it really fucked with my self-confidence and really kind of gave me a skewed and really low level of self-esteem to myself. And I was a big people pleaser. I succumbed to a lot of social pressures, like I would conform to whatever the social pressure or whatever that social conditioning was. If I wanted to do something, but I felt that it was against the common social pressure of like my group of friends or people in high school or middle school, then I just wouldn't do it because I was too nervous, and I just simply just cared way too much about what other people thought. In short, I gave too many fucks. Growing up through middle school and high school, I just was, again, I was a people pleaser, and I just cared way too much and wouldn't do the things that I wanted to do because I felt social pressure. And then going back now, this was also around high school. I read a book called The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss, and one of the concepts that he prescribes in the book is the idea of doing these comfort challenges. And they're like these little challenges that are designed to make you feel uncomfortable, because the book's about business, and then he says that in order to build the business that you want, you're gonna have to get uncomfortable at times. And then these little challenges are designed to just push your comfort zone a little. So just give you an idea, some of them are simply just walking down the street and just gazing into someone's eyes. And another one is simply just laying down in the middle of a busy place like a coffee shop or a mall, just plopping yourself on the floor and just laying down. And at the surface level, these don't sound like very, very like difficult tasks, but for a lot of people, majority of people, I believe, like it would cause a lot of social anxiety and anxiety. Period. I know it did for me. So I remember when I first started doing this, I did the challenge of laying down in the middle of a busy mall, and like I was sweating bullets. I was so nervous because I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna lay down. And then people would be like, what is that kid doing? Why is he laying down? Pull out my iPhone or some shit and then be like, World Star. Nah, I didn't really think that's, yeah, I kind of saw that. Pull out my iPhone and be like, what is this kid doing? I'll be all over the internet. But then I realized when I actually did it, like no one really cared. Maybe a couple people looked at me, but people normally don't care what you're doing. They're more worried about themselves. They care about what they're doing themselves more than some random person is doing. So that was at that moment, I felt sort of this weight lifted off my shoulder where I was like, oh, okay, I feel a little more free from this, social pressure. I feel a little like I'm more free thinking now. I'm able to do something that I wanted to do, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And just people don't really care that much. So ever since that point, I've made it an effort and made a decision to purposely do anything that makes me feel uncomfortable. But I think I have to explain a little more. Like when I feel like I want to do something, but then I don't do it because of social pressure, or I'm afraid of my ego, I'm afraid people would judge me, I'm afraid people are gonna say something about me or think like I'm weird or something, then I make it an effort to just confront that fear, confront that social pressure, and just do it anyway. So an example, I remember in college, I would sing a lot, like walking to class, but as soon as like I saw people walking by me, like I would just stop singing because I was like, I don't want them to hear me singing, I'm probably not a very good singer, etc., etc. And just little things like that, like just times when I feel like I want to continue, like I want to do something, but I feel social pressure and social conditioning just weighs me down and it pushes me to not do those things. Then I do it anyway. not just social pressure, but it's just whenever my ego flares up and my ego's afraid of being judged or afraid of judgment, afraid of being hurt. So I made an effort to consciously do these things. And there's even like a business was started like with this idea in mind, because there's so many people that are living to push their comfort zones. And there's actually this image that I saw a couple years ago, probably a while ago now, and then you've probably seen it. It's right here. It's it's your comfort zone's right here, and then all the magic happens outside of your comfort zone. And I've found this to be so true. All the things that I've done that have made me feel alive, that have made me feel happy, make me feel good, was when I was able to push my comfort zone and do something that I was initially uncomfortable with at first. So that realization again has pushed me to make a conscious effort, like daily, to push my comfort zone. Getting a little sidetracked, but there's another comfort zone challenge that was pretty popular that got popular on the internet, and it's essentially when you buy coffee, you go up and then you just simply ask for a discount. Like, it doesn't sound like that much at first, but a lot of people, they get this anxiety, like who asked for a discount? Like, just to give you my experience, I remember when I first went to do it, I chickened out and didn't do it because I was afraid. I was afraid, like, what is this person gonna think of me? What if they think I'm cheap? What if they think I'm like poor? Like, what all these just irrational thoughts, and I just didn't do it because I was afraid. And then eventually I pushed through it and I just did it. And then the guy was like, no, we don't really have any discounts to give you, but yeah, we don't have any discounts. So I was like, oh, okay, all right, that's fine, and just paid. And maybe he was a little weirded out, whatever. Chances are he's probably not gonna remember that, but I was able to push myself and just do it anyway. And a lot of people online have like shared their thoughts and their like anxiety in doing these things, but they also shared their relief and how good they feel when they're done doing it. So to circle back now to the Man Bun, I was in San Francisco maybe 2 weeks ago now. And I remember I was laying down in my friend Dan's living room, and then I was just kind of playing with my hair, and I was like, oh man, it's actually long enough to like tie back. I can like do a little man bun thing. So at first I did it, and then I was like, oh, all right. I mean, looks all right, whatever. But then like the social anxiety kicked in. Even though it was my friend, I've known him for like 10 years. Like, I felt, man, what if he thinks I look stupid? What if he thinks like, the hell is he doing? Why does he have a man bun? And I felt that discomfort again, that anxiety. But then I got over that with my friend because, man, that's cool, man, that looks good, whatever. So I was like, okay, cool. And then we went out to dinner that night, and I just made the conscious decision to do it anyway and wear it up, even though I knew I was going to feel very uncomfortable in public wearing it, because all these thoughts of, oh, he looks like a fuckboy. What does he think he is? Is he a samurai? Like, what does he think? What is he doing? Why is he doing that? Like, these irrational thoughts, like I don't know, maybe it's just me coming from like this sort of fucked up self-confidence growing up, but I found that a lot of times I just give too many fucks about what people think. I care too much, like, not in a bad way where like I don't care about anyone, like screw them. It's like I care too much about these irrational things that shouldn't matter, like how I wear my hair, things like that. Or if I sing in the middle of the street, whatever, just these things that don't matter, and I care way too much about those. So when I went out to dinner, I felt it. I felt my body starting to get hot. Like, I felt like, oh man, like they're gonna start judging me. They're looking at me. Oh man, everyone's judging. Look at this. Look at his little top knot, his little man bun. What does he think he is? Although, to be fair, in San Francisco, it's a lot more common in San Francisco, and I sort of knew that. But eventually I got comfortable with it in San Francisco, and then came back to the gym, came back to Phoenix, where I'm living right now. And then I remember where the top knot or man bun's not as common, and there's a lot less Asian people. I I remember going to the gym and I felt that anxiety again, that discomfort of like, what are all my gym friends gonna think? They're gonna be like, are they gonna be like, man, what is he doing? Is it like, he looks like a fuck boy. Like, why does he have his hair like that? Does he think he's a ninja? And I felt that anxiety again, this discomfort where the urge to not go in with it on. And I felt it and I acknowledged it and I continued to do it anyway. The reactions were mixed. Some people were like, oh, that's cool, whatever. Some people were like, what are you doing? But like, I to be fair, if you were one of those people, like I don't take any offense at all. I've had in the past like week, like pogo stick, Mulan. I like Mulan because I came back with a Mushu joke. But like, again, I just want to be fair. I am not offended at all if you said those things to me. Like, I knew, like, I was very aware of this, and this is like something I'm doing for myself to feel comfortable being uncomfortable. And that's kind of like why. That is the long would have met. That is my 11-minute spiel of why I'm wearing a man bun right now. Yeah, essentially it's pushing myself out of my comfort zone, feeling better, getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. So, that was actually really good because I had a script and everything for this, but then this was something like pretty passionate. I'm about pushing my comfort zone. So I was just able to just let that all out in 11 and a half minutes. So until tomorrow, maybe maybe I don't know if I'll keep it. I think I look kind of cool. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it. Maybe not. But the large reason why I wanted to have this again is because I knew I'd be uncomfortable with it. And I knew that I would feel social anxiety and social pressure from people. So now I have it. And I've had it for like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know, however long. But until tomorrow, peace. And I mean, let's be honest, I'm Asian, so it makes me look like a samurai. Am I right? Am I right? Even though I'm not Japanese. But, you know, a lot of people can't tell the difference anyway. Peace!